So you can see I've got at the same time the chime coming from the internal speaker and also the existing chime that you could have. I've got in my hand the Ajax doorbell, which has been long awaited. I think it was back in November sometime where they actually launched it, and we're now in May. So stock started coming out around about April, May, long awaited. I'm gonna go through some of the key features with this and get it wired up and show you what the unit is like. So first, I'm just going to open it up and go through what accessories come inside the box. So it's available in a couple of different colors. We've got black, we've got gray, and we've also got white. Now, straight out the box, the unit has a flat mount bracket available on it. So if you want to just mount it directly flat onto a wall, that's the bracket that comes with it. You do have the options of having bracket if you want to point it, angle it downwards. So let's say, depending on where you're mounting, it needs to be angled down. So you can see here, we've got a 10-degree angle with this one. And if you need to offset it left or right, we've got the bracket in there. So if we wanted to offset it either side, we can do. You've got all the brackets in there. There have been a couple of other doorbells that I have reviewed that don't come with these as standard, but Ajax have thought about it and got them in there. The unit itself needs to be powered via a power supply. It's dual voltage, so it can either take DC or AC. On DC, it can take from 12 to 24 volts, and on AC, it can take from 16 up to 24 volts. The idea that they had behind it is most people would normally have a wired doorbell, traditional doorbell already at the property. So this would replace, and because it's packed with quite a lot of features, it needs power supply to utilize. If you've already got a Chime doorbell installed, you can still utilize the Chime with the doorbell kit that comes in the box, and this just wires up in between doorbell and your existing Chime. The other option you have is you can utilize one of Ajax's internal speakers to act as your chime. So I'll connect it all up and then I'll go through that as well. So I've mounted the unit up onto the wall. You can see we've got a light around where the button press is. I'll peel off the plastic sticker. We've got microphone and we've got a speaker and we've got infrared lights on here. Now, Chime, if I wanted to connect it up to the internal speaker, you go into some of the settings, create which unit you want to have, and you have the option of either having 1, 2, 3 or 4 chimes. So if I was to press the button, you'll hear the chime go off in the speaker. So that's emitted 4, and it also sends you the notification to your mobile device as well. And you can see we've got the lights going round to show that the button has been pressed. So what differentiates the Ajax unit with, you know, a number of other doorbells that are out in the market? Ajax have studied and tried to come out with a doorbell that's got anything you could really think of with features in there. So it's got PIR detection, it's got AI object detection, you can create motion detection, you've got the standard talk, microphone, speaker, and also it integrates within the Ajax system. Now, some people might say, why is it not got the SD card built in? Who knows, there may be a couple of generations later, they may bring out the SD card in it. However, Ajax's stance is they brought out the doorbell, and if you have an Ajax MVR, this unit can connect into the MVR and it can take recordings into the recorder. They're also bringing out a cloud service, which will have a couple of different options. So you can, let's say you just wanted to see a small GIF of who has pressed the button, you have that option. If you want to see a small of a clip, depending on how long the recording, that'll be another option. Now, I've been told the cloud recording should start from a couple of pounds a month, probably a little bit less depending on the feature that you'll go for. So that's why they don't have an SD card built into it. We've got a 4 megapixel camera on there. And the other thing that when I looked at it, I thought, okay, why is it not got the option to open a door? And then I thought, okay, you don't need it, because not everyone who's going to mount a doorbell will want to have a door release onto it. And that's just extra cost that they're placing inside the doorbell that I'd say probably 80 or 90% of people will not utilize. And if you wanted to open a door, you could simply integrate one of their wireless relays into the lock, have that powered up, and you can have the door release from the Ajax unit. And it gives you the option, so when you open the doorbell, you have straight away a switch which will link to your wireless devices. So as I've opened it up, if I now press door release, that will then link to this lock and give me release. I've connected up to the strike lock. So even though it's not directly on the unit, utilizing Ajax's wireless relays, we can connect it up. You could also, if you wanted to connect it up to the mag lock, strike lock, or anything where you want to give a release. Let's say you've got the unit connected to your gate, so the doorbell is on the entrance of your gate posts. You can have the wireless relay connected to the gate so you can open the gate. Gives you a whole host of options to do. So all I've done now is I've mounted up the chime onto the wall. I'm going to wire it up with the doorbell kit that comes inside the box and show you how you can utilize your existing chime. So you can see I've got at the same time the chime coming from the internal speaker and also the existing chime that you could have in place. I've yet to test the unit out at night time, so I am going to mount it outdoors and see what the quality and the resolution and the IR is like. But in the meantime, adding the unit on, it's simple. It's just the same way as you to add any other Ajax device on. Programming, setting it up, again, it's a doddle. I think you'll have at the moment is getting stock, because every time I try and speak to a distributor, they say the stock's coming in and it's flying out the door. I'm guessing that will be sorted out in the near future. Let me just cover a couple of the features that the unit has. So we've got 4 megapixel camera, we've got a PIR detection, and we've got AI object detection as well. So for example, humans, all together with the motion detection. We've got two-way audio, microphone and speaker built into the unit. We've got dual voltage, so we can use either DC or AC voltage. We can utilize an existing Ajax internal speaker, or you can utilize the doorbell kit if you've got an existing chime. So that is the Ajax video doorbell.